What is up? Thank you for tuning back into Smoothies and Doobies, dude. We are hours away from leaving to Okeechobee. I am like so excited, and it's weird because like I wasn't really like, so like I'm always excited to go to a festival, but I wasn't like jumping out of my skin until like recently, like 2 or maybe like 3 days ago. But I'm super excited. But I have a bunch of friends and they're asking me for a bunch of camping advice. So here is camping advice, which I've never been to Okeechobee before, so I can't say that it's like specifically for Okeechobee, but using mine, I've been going to festivals since 2013, and one of my first festivals was a camping festival, so I've been kind of doing the camping thing for a little bit. So here's some things that I do for camping festivals that I've just like kind of picked up and learned like over the years, and it definitely, I know that it can help you out for Okie, so check this out.
Shoes come off and freaks come out.
Alright, so first things first, obviously you're gonna make a list of everything that it is that you think you are going to need, okay? So you make a list of everything that you think you're gonna need, okay? And then you put a check next to the things when you pack it, and you cross it off once it is in your car. Very easy system, it works all the time, and you really can't forget anything that way, okay? Now, when you're camping at camping festivals for my first timers, you wanna make sure that you are as comfortable as possible, okay? So find creative ways, and I'll actually show you something, okay? So I started doing this a couple camping festivals ago, all right? This little clear plastic container right here was $15 at Walmart, and I've organized, you know, like all my boxers, tank tops, like shirts, socks and shit, shirts, more shirts, and pants, more pants, okay? But I pretty much just like organize all my things in this. I have a tent that is like 10 by 10, but this isn't really that big either, and it'll fit in even just like a 6-person tent, but you keep all your stuff organized here. You don't have to bother with a suitcase, you don't have to bother with a duffel bag, and it also looks nice in your tent. It makes your tent look nice, especially when it's next to a nice little like air mattress. It kind of feels like your room, you know what I mean? I mean, what's more comfortable than feeling at home? Another tip is bring a couple extra, you know, changes of clothes. I mean, festivals sometimes rain, it gets muddy, but there's no such thing as overpacking with clothes. Okay, I guess there is overpacking with clothes, but you know how much clothes you need, you know what I mean? But something like this, you're able to put more than 3 or 4 or 5, like couple different outfits. I probably have like 6 or 7 outfits here, just in case I either feel like changing or whatever the case. So moving on, all right? Food is a really big thing. Everybody knows it's super expensive to actually pay to go get to the festival, okay? There's a lot of money involved in that, and then there's money that, you know, to be spent while you're out there, all right? Little way you can save on food is something me and my friends do. We cook a bunch of food beforehand, all right? I got my friends making chili right now. I went and made some vegan stew yesterday because I'm vegetarian. I made probably enough for like 70 bowls of stew. Like I could eat the same thing all weekend. I don't know, I'm just like that. But anyway, and you freeze it in your freezer. It will serve as whatchamacallit, like cooling down the stuff that's in the freezer. It'll have the same use as ice as well as food. And if you have like a small little like Coleman grill or something to heat up food in, you could just heat the food up, eat all weekend for free. Definitely a good money saver. Alrighty, moving on, lighting. I know electricity is a really big thing. I mean, most people don't have electricity at camping festivals, so started doing this a couple festivals ago as well. And just grab them both. These are solar panel lights. You charge them out in the day, and they usually will work all night. I mean, they definitely provide enough light and will run for as long as you need them to, because you don't spend too much at the campsite, or I don't, at least, you know, but whenever you need to go back to your campsite for like those 20-30 minutes at a time, these will definitely work as well. Speaking of electricity, here's another thing that I grabbed that, I mean, it's always in my car, but I definitely make sure that I have it for camping festivals, and it is a adapter. This turns your car cigarette lighter into a plug and you can't really like run like appliances and shit off of it. But like, for example, my air mattress has the pump attached to it and it needs a plug to be able to fill up. I can run an extension cord into my car, plug my mattress into it, and then fill it up right outside of my car and drag it into my tent. But you could also, what I've also done with this is put Christmas lights on the inside of my tent. Not too many, maybe just like a string of about 100 or 200. And again, whenever I stop at my campsite and I need sufficient lighting, I go ahead, I turn my car on, rev the engine up so the alternator charges the battery, and we're good to go. This is definitely good, and it only costs like $7 on Amazon, right there, household. And it'll charge your phones just as fast as your wall outlet would. I mean, I literally love this thing. It is always in my car, so I'm not even worried. I mean, I took it out of my car for the video. I gotta go put it back. All right. So here's a problem that hopefully too many of us haven't really experienced at festivals, and that is losing your phone, okay? When I went to Moonrise this past year, my rave fam there kind of gave me this good idea. I mean, all of them did it. So what you do is you go into your notes on your phone and you write a note saying if this phone has been found, and you put some of your friends' numbers in with that, and then set that as your screensaver. Believe it or not, there is good people out there. I mean, I personally have found wallets and phones at festivals, and I always bring them back to lost and found. There's probably a bunch of lost and found in Okeechobee, I'm assuming. If you find a phone, bring it back. If you have a phone and you're worried about losing it, don't be worried about losing it, because then you'll lose it. Another thing we all kind of hate losing is our friends. Losing your friends kind of sucks. So this is already kind of like a common thing, but having a totem pole or having a squad pole that somebody's carrying at all times is a great way to just quickly survey one area while you're looking for your friends, and if you don't see the pole, kind of move on. But totem poles are a really good way to find your festy fam. Again, if you're one of those people who like to wander and get lost like myself, it's always good to have a totem pole. And that's all I have for you guys right now. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll see y'all out there. Remember, the earlier you get there, the better. There will probably be like an influx of fucking people that show up at 2 or 3 o'clock. So the will call opens at 7 tomorrow, and gates open. I don't know when gates open, but you're gonna want to be online as early as possible. See you there.